If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and male advantage ebook, all links are in the bio. So they end up getting to the end of their lives without being the fullest version of themselves. How sad is that, guys? Like, it hit me on the way home. And I was like, that is why the 5 to 10% of men that really work on themselves and get themselves to their peak just are pretty much fucking all the women. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, I realized something very sad the other day. I was walking home from the gym and it was like the first time that I'd really worn like a hoodie to the gym. And before, like, I would always wear like a tank top, or I would always wear like a tight fitting top, and I was wearing a hoodie and I kind of didn't want anybody to see me, which sounds weird. Like, it wasn't like a scared thing, it wasn't anxiety, whatever. And it sounds quite arrogant, but since I've got in shape, I've been getting a lot more attention from women. And walking around the gym with like a tank top on, it's you like lift your head up from your exercise, and there's like 2 or 3 looking at you, or one smiling at you, and I'm like, it's cool, like it feels good, but at some point I just want to focus on the gym, and it was quite distracting. So I wore a hoodie as a pump cover. I was walking home, and I wasn't really thinking anything of it. And I realized, oh, that's why hot girls wear like baggy clothes. I was like, because they get so much attention and they can't. Look, I'm not at that level. I've said this before. Obviously, I've made a better version of myself, but I'm only like a 6, 7 out of 10 at most. Okay, like, I'm not fucking losing my mind here, guys. Okay, I'll never get like that. But I'm just saying that's what hot girls do. Okay, when I've understood now. Oh, okay, that attention can sometimes get a little bit annoying. It's nice, but at the same time, you want to get on with your day, you want to get on with your workout, okay? You just kind of want to, didn't really want to talk to anybody that day, you wanted to tick that box and get home. Like, I had a lot of shit to do. But I came to that realization, okay? And I was like, oh fuck, like, I would never have experienced that. I would never have experienced that moment had I not had like a year of bulking and cutting and just complete discipline, no alcohol, all the shit that I've been doing, okay? And then I had the realization that pretty much every woman gets to that point where they are hot. Like, at some point, you know, because their best gift is just their beauty and their sex appeal, whatever. Like, pretty much every woman will have full breast size, full hip size. They're going to have their youth, obviously, at some point, and they're going to be at their full level of beauty. As long as they keep their body fat within like 20 to 30%, they're probably going to be at their full beauty. And full kind of thickness and whatever, like full attraction, sex appeal, whatnot, things that appeal to men. So it made me realize, I was like, shit, every woman kind of experiences their peak in life. Like, every woman gets to experience what that is like, and experience that full attention at some point. And then I realized, I was like, God, most men never do. I would say 90% of men never experience their peak. Like, it just got me realizing, like, if I hadn't hit the gym and disciplined for this long, and look, I'm still not at my peak yet. I feel like I've got another 2-3 years to go until I like really enter my peak years. I look 3 times better than I do now. That's kind of the way I see things going. But I was like, God, most guys will never get there because they will never do the gym work. They will never have the knowledge to get that body fat down to like 10%. The average guy is 18 to 21% body fat. You need to be like 10% body fat to look your best, okay? To bring out the cheekbones, the jawline, the hollow cheeks, the features, like the chiseled nose rather than just like some puffy nose, the chiseled brow, like the leanest version of your eyes where it just looks like hunter eyes. You know, obviously the abs and whatever. In order to get to that point, you need to be 10% body fat. Most guys drink too much alcohol and eat too much shit food and don't exercise correctly. You know, they might be skinny, but they'll never be at their peak, like their genetic peak, the best that they could ever look. And I was like, fuck, like, and also most guys will never do that with money. Like, they might work a 9-to-5 job, they'll never push, they might bottle it, okay? They might be like, okay, I could be potentially successful, I've got this great idea, but it's a risk, I'm not going to go for it, I'm going to go and get a mortgage, get married, and have a couple of kids. That guy never experienced his peak. And it's really sad to think, because you've got the male advantage from like 30 to 50, but most guys have never tapped into it. So they end up getting to the end of their lives without being the fullest version of themselves. How sad is that, guys? Like, it hit me on the way home. And I was like, that is why the 5 to 10% of men that really work on themselves and get themselves to their peak just are pretty much fucking all the women. Like, we have this percentage thing now, everyone keeps talking about this, that they believe 5 to 10% of all the men on planet Earth are sleeping with like 95% of all the women on planet Earth. Well, yeah, that's because, like I said, most guys will never reach their peak. Now, I haven't got much more to say in this video, okay? It's a very short video. It's just something I wanted to share with you. It's quite shocking, really, isn't it? That, like, 90% of women will 100% reach their peak. Like, 90% of women are guaranteed to pretty much reach their peak. You know, unless a girl's like 16 and already overweight, which is probably the parents' fault, she's probably going to hit her peak at some point. And you just think, wow, what a crazy situation that is, that the majority of guys will never experience what it's like to be at the top, to never have their full potential realized, to never experience how good life could possibly be, because they haven't put the work in, they haven't dedicated the time, they haven't understood the male advantage. And instead of using their teens and 20s to work to get to their 30s and 40s and whatever so they can have a better life, in their 20s, they panicked, they rushed, whatever. They chucked all their money at like a mortgage, marriage, kids and whatnot because they wanted to play catch up, they wanted a new car and whatever. And they kind of like pushed all their chips out too early instead of like working on themselves and getting to that elite level and experiencing what life is like. And you go, shit, yeah, most men just never reach their peak. Most men never understand what it's like to be on top of the social hierarchy, and they never will. It's really sad, especially when you think somebody's got the genetic potential, the brain power to have created something great like a business, or if they had had better parents who drove more confidence into them, they would have been like an MD of a top company and earning like 400,000 per year, but they'll never know because they never reached that peak. Whereas a woman, they're very much valued on beauty. At 18, 21 years old, they've probably ticked that peak box. They get to experience what life is like at the top. But most men will never realize that. It's very sad. It's food for thought for a lot of you guys out there. Like, do you want to live on this planet and never reach your peak? Do you want to exist in this timeline? Have never said, I was at the top. I got to experience what it was like to be top dog, top of the social hierarchy. Like, when people ask me why do you train? Why do you get in shape? There's multiple reasons. But I remember one reason when I was like 24, 25, first time I really went for a big bulk, and I said to my ex-girlfriend, I just want to know I think we were walking around like Hyde Park, and I said, I just want to know what it's like to be that guy who just walks in, he's just like absolutely jacked, like, I don't know, like 100, like 95, 100 kilograms and lean or something like that. You just walk around and it's just like, my God, damn, like that's instantly recognizable. Like, that is top dog. Like, what does it feel like to be at that level? Just always wanted to know, like, even like 90 kg and lean, which I'll probably be at this time next year. I just want to know. I just want to know what it feels like. And you just think your body has the capability to get to that point. Your body has the genetic potential to get to that point. Why not go for it? Why not push it? It might be different for you. I'm just talking about my own numbers here. But I've always just wanted to know what that would feel like. I've always wanted to know what it felt like to be like a billionaire and just on a Wednesday be able to wake up and be like, I want to go to Cuba. Bye. I'm just going to jump on a plane with a model. Like, most guys will never experience that because our peaks are harder to reach. Our peaks aren't guaranteed like a woman's are. So it's very difficult. But it's food for thought, guys. It's something worth thinking about. Not getting depressed over, but how many guys actually experience their full potential? When guys say, oh, life's tough, this is difficult, I'm not enjoying my life, I'm depressed. Like, how many guys actually got there? How many guys actually took the 10, 15 years to get to the point where they could sit on top of the pyramid and experience what it was like at the top? Because our peak isn't given to us like women. We're not kind of born hot, if so to speak. You get to like 18 and a woman is instantly top of the tree in terms of value from just sex appeal and beauty. Whereas as a man, it's like I said before, 10, 15 years of hard graft and grind in the gym in a business sense, etc. Most guys aren't willing to put that work in, or they're not aware of the male advantage and they play their cards too soon. And it's just a shame. It's just like somebody who runs a men's kind of industry or like lifestyle. I don't run the whole industry. I'm trying. Somebody who runs like a men's lifestyle channel and a brand in general. It's just sad to think there's so many guys out there that might be like 45, 50 years old and they come into like the end of that male advantage period and they never got to experience what it was like to be at the top and just kind of get all the pleasures and the luxuries that come with that. And it's a healthy reminder to you guys to just keep working hard because you only get one life. You might as well see what it's like at the top, right? If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and Male Advantage ebook. All links are in the bio.